This is Rogers TV, Ottawa.
Hello and welcome to Ottawa Experts. I'm your host, Barbara Balfour. Did you know that the average person spends 1 hour and 40 minutes a day on social media? There's almost 7 million bloggers in the world today and another 12 million that blog using various social media platforms. Whether you're looking to amp up your Instagram profile, get more followers on Twitter, or maybe hire an influencer to take your product to new heights, this is the show for you. Tonight, we're going to learn how to master the art of social media. And Erica, you started your blog almost a decade ago when we barely even had smartphones. So
yeah, when TypePad was still around.
That's crazy. Was MySpace still around? My goodness.
I think it was just ending.
Yeah, that's probably a good thing.
Yeah. It can be buried with everything else.
So how did you get into this field?
I started off, I also do makeup, so I started off writing about makeup for women of color defined in Canada because it was difficult 10 years ago. And then then people started asking me questions. So I was kind of like, well, I should just write about makeup. And then makeup turned into, I started writing more serious pieces, more takes on current events, which is a switch. But what I found was that there were a lot of, I would say, women who were women's rights advocates who were following my makeup blog. So I thought, wow, this is a great segue into writing something more serious and more in-depth. So I did that, and then about a while ago, so over a year ago, maybe two, a friend of mine came to me and she's like, can you do social media for me? I'll pay you. And I was like, oh. She's like, you're really good at it. You seem to be able to get engagement and stuff. I'm like, all right. So I did, and then...
Did you know that about yourself at the time? When someone else identified you as being good at it, did you already know that?
I wasn't surprised, because I spent a lot of time on social... I've spent too much time on social media.
You're definitely one of those people who spends an hour and 40 minutes a day.
Oh, is that...
More like 5 hours?
Maybe a bit more. Twitter's a beast. Yeah. But I found what I loved about it is the engagement, is that you could talk to somebody about some random topic that, like, I love old movies and I'm a big Joan Crawford fan, and I could talk to somebody across, like, halfway across the world at like 2 in the morning, be like, didn't you love Rain? Didn't she try, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like that kind of thing. That's what's so exciting, is that now we can arrange ourselves around similarities of taste and likes and so on and so forth. And I really do think that that's what the social media giants are always trying to encourage, because that means you'll spend more time on their site.
Yeah. Erica, just before we went to break, we were talking a little bit about some of your favorite posts, and you have, in particular, a Facebook Live post.
I do.
Maybe we could pull that up. It did particularly well. It's one of you trying makeup on at a Sephora.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This is one of my faves, and particularly because I went to Sephora on the Friday that Rihanna's Fenty Beauty collection was released.
And this was just recently?
This was just recently. I think it was September 20th or something like that. Yeah. And so I did a Facebook Live where the makeup artist was trying on makeup on me. Yeah. And so there's a reason I chose this particular frame, and it's because it's so unglamorous. And fact is that, as you can see, like, we got almost 10,000 views on that, and that's organic, no paid. So we were timely. Because we do a podcast, so we'll talk about that later, but because we're into current events and we like keeping abreast of current events, we know when these things are coming up, we know what people are talking about, we're in the conversation, we're engaging, we're doing all of that stuff. So because we knew this was a big thing that everybody in the makeup community was talking about, We went there, I went there and got my face done. And it did really well. And it also introduced a later beauty episode that Not in My Color produced. So we produced a makeup video. So that was an entryway into getting people to know about us, but also to introduce another project.
And that other project was your podcast?
The other project was had to do with the podcast. So I also co-host a podcast, Bad and Bitchy Podcast.
How long have you been doing that for?
Since International Women's Day, I think. So since March.
So not too long.
Not too long.
There it is,
So
yeah.
there it is.
Yeah.
The Bad and Bitchy Podcast. So we're on iTunes, badandbitchy.com, and basically we take current events and we put an intersectional feminist lens on it. So that's part of our brand. It's part of the Not in My Color brand because Not in My Color authors it. Anyway, all this to say that you can use and remix content to get eyes not only on that piece of content, but your entire brand, your entire sort of social ecosystem, if you can connect them properly. And that's what we do for our clients.
And so you're the founder of the podcast, but there's also other women who work with you on
I'm
this?
a co-founder. I don't want to take any shine away from my co-hosts. So Erin G. and Bailey Reed are the other two co-hosts. We do a weekly podcast. It is released on Tuesday. There we are.
Yeah.
And
So it's like a radio show, basically?
audio is everything in 2018.
Okay.
And the reason is because you can consume it passively.
So you
So
can be
you can-
driving, you can be cleaning the house.
We are trading in attention
Yeah.
and time.
Yeah.
So the thing about video is that video's, yes, more engaging, but you have to stop everything and watch a video. With audio, it's passive. You can be cleaning, you can be driving, you can be doing all these things. So audio really is, and the podcast really is on an upswing. It really is trending.
I love that. So
Yeah.
audio is a big trend for 2018. What else do you see coming around the corner?
More narration, more stories, more personal. The people who are good, the brands, and I'm not even talking about individuals, the brands that are really good at social media, I think of Lululemon, for example. They're responsive, they will interact with you, they'll actually have a conversation with you. And, you know, they'll converse with you on your habits and so on and so forth, which is brilliant because why wouldn't you want to know that, right?
Exactly.
And they also add rich images and rich text. So fonts are a big thing now to their images, and they actually introduce, if you go on their posts, they'll post something about National Coffee Day or something like that.
Right.
It's true, today is National Chocolate Cupcake Day. And any brand can post something about cupcakes. It doesn't have to be about you or your brand. And that's where we bring in the idea of adjacency. So in other words, I like coffee, you like coffee. I like your picture on coffee. Oh, that's cute. Let me check this out. What do you do? And that's how that's where you
It's
start
like the
seeing.
ripple effect.
It's the ripple effect.
Yeah.
We're all trying to build a community online, and the best brands build communities so that they have influencers who can go out and spread their brand. But you have to build a community first.
I love that.